It's cold outside. Activism is 365 days a year. I do this for change. I don't do this for money. I do it because it needs to be done. All right? I'm kind of a Forrest Gump in the neighborhood because everybody know me. Everybody knows Shorty. They don't know Dwayne Davis, and that's for a reason. Shorty's is a self-help organization for the redevelopment and re-education of the young. I gave you the Shorty program to show you that blacks have no rights which white America has to respect. I gave you a social scientific experiment, and I was the lab rat. So we're going to go like this. President Trump is in office. I've been doing this since Jimmy Carter, 1978, 79, 77, 78, 79. I was on the USS Mississippi. I was during Iran-Contra. I'm an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. I participated in Iran-Contra. We traded guns for drugs, and they let me be a drug dealer from 1977 to 1991. You can look at my FBI file. You can look at my Department of Justice file. My name ain't on nobody's indictments, but I got a lot of people on my indictments. I got a lot of people that tried to get me locked up. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I ain't a jailhouse snitch. For real. I got 3 jailhouse diaries, and Scott Shellenberger destroyed one. He destroyed the 1986 diary. All right? And that was a precedent-setting case. If you Google search State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis, I turned in guns and drugs to end the war on drugs, that address the violence and the shit that's going on today. But nobody want to talk about that. President Nixon put that shit in the Southern Strategy in 1970s when he was in office. It was the Southern Strategy. Did we know we was putting drugs in the community? Yes, you did. Now you want to criminalize poverty, and that ain't how it's going to go. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to start from the beginning. It's a good book. Books over bars, education instead of incarceration. Education instead of incarceration. I'm running classes on your asses. Activism 101. That's Governor O'Malley. That's Corey McCray. And that's Governor O'Malley's signature. All right? And that's the Baltimore Sun, Armstrong Williams. Fox 45, David Smith. It's a book. That's Ozzie Newsome, Ed Mulatello. And that shows you racism in the media. That's the Shorty program. And I gave it to you. Community in crisis. We burying our kids, and our kids supposed to bury us. You feel me? We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and you made our kids the cash crop. So that's Mary Washington, GOP Carter. This is 2014. I ran for governor, and y'all took me off the ballot. Like I said, it's the Shorty program. And these are the people that got the program. It makes it real legit, too legit to quit. This was me back in the day. Like I said, I sold drugs. I used to shoot people. Now I just talk about them. I sold drugs from 1977 to 1991. I had a territorial drug dispute in the 1980s. Yeah. Like y'all did Baltimore The Wire? Well, I was the real wire. I was a hot wire. You're talking about public accommodations and discrimination. All right? Activism ain't terrorism. You feel me? And that's Thurgood Marshall. We talking about the courts and the corruption in the courts. That's the Supreme Court. See that? Davis versus Illinois. Dwayne Davis, 1402 Lochner. Public hearing request. And I never got that hearing. Y'all locked me up before I got the hearing. That's a legal notice. All right? Like I said, I'm a jailhouse lawyer. My constitutional right, self-representation, to defend myself. And I did. And Governor O'Malley had that. That's Senator Ben Cardin's. All right? So we don't have no misunderstandings. Everything Senator Ben Cardin got since 2006, you got to turn over. Brent Jones, the Baltimore Sun, ABC, NBC. I'm the cook in Baltimore, and I'm cooking y'all up. That's Charles Gibson, World News Tonight. Shorty documentary. Postal inspector, because we're going to have a postal investigation. See who that is? That's Izzy Pataki. Speaker Adrian Jones. Anthony Brown. The Maryland Black Caucus. Ivan Bates. Delegate Stephanie Smith. President Biden, the Department of Justice. So you get this, you get the just here, and that's Mark Steiner from back in the day. Feel me? We got mail receipts. And that's Washington, D.C., 2009. Dwayne Davis, 1402 Lochner. You feel me? That's President Bush. You feel me? No, that's President Obama. That's President Obama. Yeah. Like I said, I own me. Being black in America. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? A request from the whistleblower. All right? Political prisoner N62528. And Governor Westmore got this. Governor Westmore had this since 2023. Dear Governor Westmore, this is my second letter to you. You wear the mask, you got to put in the work. That's Governor Westmore, Governor Larry Hogan, Speaker Adrian Jones, Senator Bill Ferguson, Stephanie Smith, Attorney General Anthony Brown, Department of Justice Erek Barron, Mayor Brandon Scott, Scott Shellenberger, Mary Barbera, Judge Carrion, Judge Cox, Xavier Conway, the clerk of the court. That's a request for a writ of certiorari. That's a request for exoneration. You feel me? And it's signed. We're talking about the criminalization of poverty. And it's notarized. All right? That makes it legal in any state in the court, any state and any court in America. You feel me? I did it in Hartford County. Baltimore, get shorty. More shorty than you can stand. And that's Scott Shellenberger. And we put it in a book. Baltimore Rewired. That's one book. That's two books. That's three books. I got a lot of books. That's Kathleen Hughes, TV One, Radio One. Roland Martin. All right. Reverend Al Sharpton. See the book? That's Donald Trump. Donald Trump got this too. And you just won office. That's the First Amendment. Did you use the toilet today? You're going to think about me tomorrow. I'm pushing buttons. Like I said, art and activism. I'm famous for toilets, so I'm going to run with that shit.
Please don't gush me. Please, man, I'm begging you. All that spitting makes me dizzy.
You're dizzy with power. Did you use the toilet today? You're going to think about me tomorrow. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects?
No!
Are you going to defend black people?
This is my last word. No!
Yeah. Well, that's why I made a movie about y'all. Dwayne G. Davis, Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. January the 23rd, 2025. 75 days till session is over. 75 days till session is over. You feel me? And that's me at the Baltimore Sun. That's me as a whistleblower. You feel me? That's Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Do blacks have rights in which white America respects?
No!
That's Rod Rosenstein from the Department of Justice. See that? And that's me. I'm a prisoner's right advocate. That's Corey, Brooke Learman, and Senator Bill Ferguson. That's Justin Fenton in the Baltimore Sun and the Washington Post. And that's Diana Suggs from the Baltimore Sun. Y'all got this. Bill Ferguson. That's Bill Ferguson. I got a Bill Ferguson button because that's all he's been telling me is no. You stood up for Tennessee, but you won't stand up for me. I'm alive and breathing. I'm alive and breathing. The state owed me money. I took pictures with everybody in the book, so I ain't got to change nothing. Baltimore, Rewired, The Money Behind the Machine. Whistleblower, the movie. It's all right here. Dwayne G. Davis. And we going to the State House with that. We going to the White House with that. Dwayne G. Davis, prisoner's right advocate. You feel me? You freed the January 6th mob. Well, you're going to have to free me. I'm not looking for exoneration. I want a day in court. I want to go to trial. I want to go to trial. And I want to take social media with me. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Google. Google me, man. I ain't hard to find. That's Kwesi Mfume. See the date? Jim Jordan, Judiciary Committee. All right? For more information about Mr. Davis, he can be found on Facebook. To dismantle a master's house, you got to use the master's tools. To dismantle a master's house, you got to use the master's tools. Social media for social change. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. People pay attention to dumbass shit. And I use art for my dumbass shit. Art and activism. Dwayne G. Davis. January. And that's me weaving the social fabric of life. M&T Bank. 75 days left of session. The state of Maryland owed me $250 million in intellectual property theft. So if you don't pay me the money, I'm going to sell the books and I'm going to sell the movies. And I ain't got to change nobody's name. Baltimore, rewired. The money behind the machine. The money behind the machine. Are you ready for your close-up? Are you going to talk to me when I come to Annapolis?
No.
Well, I'm selling this button, and I'm selling the book. Constitution, no person should be held. All right, that's the 5th Amendment, the 6th Amendment, the 4th Amendment. Are you going to defend black people's rights?
No. No.
Well, racism don't work without black cooperation, and it ain't going to end without white participation. Making a movie ain't against the law. President Trump just passed the executive order about freedom of speech, First Amendment rights. Well, we going to the Supreme Court with this. Dred Scott 2025. Do blacks have rights which white America respects? Real simple question. Yes or no?